why should any employer come and hire from Wave?
Oh, several reasons. One, they are experts in recruiting people. It's you can't go wrong with working with an expert, with someone who has done the verification, who has seen different types of
Candidates.
candidates. That's the word. Different candidates, different skill sets. So they would basically, it's a necessary middleman. Wave is a necessary middleman that you need, who would actually help you. They would take your needs on board and say, okay, you need this for this role. This is the sort of person type you are after. We have a pool of candidates that we can present to you. So it's already a waiting pool. Then if you had to go elsewhere and, it's all, just look for them by yourself.
Hello, Dr. Alo.
Hello, Kelvin. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Now, without further ado, I know we have 15 minutes, so we have to keep it very short. Please just tell us about Brains and Butter. How did it start, and what is Brains and Butter all about?
Wow, thank you for the opportunity to talk about Brains and Butter, but just allow me to still celebrate Wave. I love academies. Like, the work you are doing is lifelong. It is amazing. You're doing such a great job. Like, this is what not just Nigeria needs, but the entire African continent, the whole world needs that medium where young people are taken, are trained, are given an opportunity to, enhance themselves, like, personally and professionally develop and be more attractive to employers. It's such a phenomenal thing. You're actually affecting families, making mothers and fathers happier. So amazing job. So thank you for doing and thank you for the social media side of it as well. And just really, because that's how I got to know. You'll find out in a bit. This is how I got it was that Wave Academies is doing. I wouldn't have known otherwise. I mean, outside of the country. So how else would I have known? Okay, so Brains and Butter. What we do, we're in a very niche market. So we help Nigerian families find private schools in the United Kingdom for their children. So we specialize in British boarding school placements, but we also help with postgraduate admissions. But the postgraduate admissions market is more sort of saturated. But we find that people who really want like a lot of expert insight and hand-holding into, okay, this course that I want to do for my master's of my PhD, what's the labor market going to look like for me afterward? Like, how can I get to the best universities? So that's what we do. There's a lot more that we do, but that's at the core.
That's the core.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
and briefly, I mean, what has the experience been like so far? Parents, feedback, just generally.
Oh, it's been amazing, if I may say so myself. It's been very, like, I speak to parents and very often they will almost be crying at the end, like, wow, this is what we have been looking for. Like, it's been so, the response has been so encouraging because they're spending so much money. It's expensive. And one thing I love about Nigerian parents, they don't joke with their children.
Education.
They want to give their child the best, like the best.
If it's the least they can do.
Exactly. They will do anything. They will do odd jobs, big jobs, everything, just to give their children the best. So being able to work with Brains and Butter that would make sure this investment you're making is the right one, and you're getting the best for your child, and we pay attention to the details that matter to each family. So whether the child has special needs or the child is gifted in music or in drama, we pay attention to those needs and
those little details.
Exactly. Those little details actually do matter. The personality of the child. What does the child love? It's not just about an academic school. It's about who the child is as a person.
Is like a person.
Yes. So I can go on and on, but let me pause there. But
Thank you.
The response has been good.
So now to Wave. How did the Wave partnership come about? And then what has the experience been like so far?
So I got to know about Wave on Instagram, but initially my attraction to Wave was more about what was being done to help young people. I actually was a recruitment side where an employer could actually, reach out to the pool of young people that you have and recruit. So it was Yes, so it was more the fact that it was an academy. Vocational skills. Like again, the vocational thing got me because I was thinking, okay, is this more like artisan vocational type work? Like, excuse me, I didn't quite get it, but I just loved the fact that there was an academy devoted to upskilling
young people.
Young people, exactly.
Yeah.
So that was the initial attraction, and then I
Yeah.
saw a post about that had to do with recruiting, like you could
Yeah.
help employers recruit, and I thought I need people to help me to come on board with and join Brains and Butter. And the partnership has been brilliant. Like it's been a beautiful relationship, being able to communicate my needs and what I'm looking for. And
Yes.
the fact that Wave has gone back, done the homework, and presented me with options that meet my needs. So I've enjoyed the partnership. I really, really have. I really have.
How long has this partnership, gone on for?
I think it's about coming up definitely over 2 years. Yes, so Adelby has been with us for over a year.
Okay. If there's one thing that stood out in the recruitment exercise, what was it and why?
It was the speed. Yes, the turnaround time was really stood out to me. Then I would say the quality of the pool recruits that I was given also stood out to me. Like,
okay. Yeah. So that is also our next question. What exactly was it about Adelby that stood out?
A very dogged determination to make sure she was the one that got the job. Like she just showed this passion and drive that I can do this, I will do this, get me on board, I am going to wow you.
Wow.
Because it made me realize that when she does get on the job, if she has a task that she can't quite make sense of, she will do everything possible to get the job done. Yes, so that dogged determination made her stand out, because someone who's already looking for a job, right, will show some interest and determination, but you have to do extra. You have to do that extra. You can't just, because everybody, if you're doing the same,
what makes you different?
Exactly. There's something different. So you have to give a bit of extra. Like that's where that value added comes in. So
extra value.
That extra.
Why should any employer come and hire from Wave?
Several reasons. One, they are experts in recruiting people. It's you can't go wrong with working with an expert, with someone who has done the verification, who has seen different types of
candidates.
That's the word. Different candidates, different skill sets. So they would basically, it's a necessary middleman. Wave is a necessary middleman that you need, who would actually help you. They would take your needs on board and say, okay, you need this for this role. This is the sort of person type you are after. We have a pool of candidates that we can present to you. So it's already a waiting pool. Then if you had to go elsewhere and it's all just look for them by yourself. So Wave will organize that. But the other thing that Wave does that I really like is the value added to the pool of resource. So you're not just taking a raw candidate. You're taking a candidate who Wave, several times Wave will say to me, this particular candidate did well in this. We had this training. This particular candidate attended that training, is good in this certificate, a certificate in this, that. So you're having a pool of a candidate who has already been upskilled to an extent. So not just some raw candidates. And Wave will be able to tell you that, okay, this candidate, we've interacted with this candidate, they've really engaged in this, we've picked up on this cue about this candidate, we think we know you, we know what you do, we think this candidate will be great for you, this number of candidates will be great for you. And then they will organize the process of interviewing them for you, getting in touch with them, briefing them, so you're not having to call 5 people to say, this is the JD, they will do all that hard work for you. How
you just focus on growing your business.
Exactly. So
so we have job seekers that are watching this at the moment, right?
Yeah.
What skills, what attributes, what competencies would you suggest, or would you recommend that they begin to learn?
Very good. I would say number one is the mindset. And
Mindset.
yes, your mindset. So I will come very quickly to the competencies, but you see, your mind even helps you to engage with a certain level of competency. So
Right.
have that mindset where you are willing to learn, you are willing to serve, you're willing to get your hands dirty, you're willing to put the work in. And then in terms
Yes.
of the competency, I would say there's an acronym I like called FAT, F-A-T.
Okay.
Yeah, faithful, available, teachable. So I would say be faithful to, you know, the cause that you have been employed to do, or you have been to do. Even be faithful to your own personal development, like IT skills, social media skills, graphic design skills. Do not let a day go by that you are not improving yourself. Then be available. There's so many free things happening, so many free trainings, so many Zoom calls that you can join.
Take advantage
of it. Yes. And be, when you eventually get employed, be available. Like, make sure that you're accessible, you're available, you're willing to help. Not that there's always one excuse or the other, because things will come up that were not scripted, like spontaneous. Make sure you're available, and then be teachable. There's so much that you can learn when you are teachable. In fact, they said the master you met, like when the student is ready, you're even the person who's mentoring you will just want to pour out so much because you're responsive. You're like
ready to absorb.
Exactly, ready to absorb. But finally, be a team player. Yes, be a team player. Be someone that can work within a team. And sometimes that's in your faith assembly or in a community you're a member of. Work with teams, like have a common goal you want to achieve, and be a team player. Like, and even if it's you that has an idea, influence your team to buy into that idea. Let them see what the end goal is, and everyone would run with you. Being able to sell a vision. Yes.
Right. So now let's talk about employers. So obviously, for an employee to become a rock star, an employer must have created the right environment, the right structure. So for you, what do you think has been that structure that has made Adobe thrive and become a rock star?
That's a great question. So I would say, and this is really funny, right? I would say that first of all, we are a family. I have an ethos, like a family feel ethos in the team. And for me, that's important, because I find that when people are comfortable, when people feel loved, they relax and they can just sort of grow in that and do more. So it's not like, oh, I'm just here to get paid, pushing pushing someone else's vision. No, when they feel like this is a family, what
sense of ownership.
A sense of ownership, exactly, and belonging. It goes a very long way. So that family atmosphere is key. But if I want to really go nitty-gritty into the structure, I would say that everyone sort of manages a project. We almost have like a horizontal structure where everyone has their own area where they're just doing it very well, and everybody's a manager at Brains and Butter. Whether
so they have autonomy.
They have autonomy to a large extent. Yes, they own their projects. They own their own skill. Like and I think that structure has really worked very well. So that structure has really, really helped. And then working together, we have regular meetings. So that we stay.
So everybody's we're in contact. Is constant communication with one another.
Constant communication. I'm big on that one. I'm big on the constant communication.
Dr. Alo, if I let you continue, I feel like you would take my job. But thank you so very much. I mean, I know that you can go on and on and on, but just to manage expectations, thank you very much. Thanks to everyone who's joined this chat. Till come here next time. My name is Kelvin, and this has been 15 Minutes with Wave Partner.